you're in the resale business, you're selling online, you're selling on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Amazon, Mercari, all the other countless ways that you can sell online and be in the resale business. That's the typical way most people start in the resale business, is selling stuff online, maybe having a garage sale, or posting a few things on Facebook Marketplace and selling that way out of your house, or some extra storage space you have, a storage unit, whatever the case is. And at some point everyone begins to ask the question, should I open a store? A lot of times that's people's plan from the beginning, is to open up a store. That's their dream, is to open up a store. Because so many people, I think, feel like when it comes to the resale business, that's the ultimate goal. That's where people are going to, look at you and think that you made it, or you're going to feel like you made it, is when you have a store. A store, it's not the answer to all. It's not, gonna make you move into this different tier of making money or prestige when it comes to the resale business. Honestly, when it comes to resale business, a lot of people are always gonna just think of you as just a junk dealer. And at times that's what you are, or what some people have called me, a glorified garbage man. But anyways, so the question here is, do I need to open a store? Is a store the best choice for me? For years and years, we just ran out of a warehouse. And we did open up kind of as a store. We called it the Ultimate Garage Sale. We opened 2 days a week and for the people to come in. But we sold a lot of stuff online. We sold stuff on Amazon, sold tons of stuff at that time through Craigslist. We didn't then sell anything on Facebook. It was all through Craigslist, Amazon, and then we sold on eBay also. And then we had people coming to the warehouse to buy stuff on our Friday and Saturday sale. But it wasn't a traditional just store. And then we did move into a building that is it's kind of halfway retail, halfway warehouse space. It was built as retail, a place called Fred's. I don't know what parts of the country people are in, or even in this country, if they even know what Fred's was. But Fred's was a store that was kind of like a mini Walmart almost. A real, bigger than a drugstore, but much smaller than a Walmart. And that's the building that I am in now. It was built as a Fred's before it closed, and I think, as far as I know, they've all closed now. The Fred's, I don't think, even exist anymore. So I moved in that building, and it really took me a good year to 2 years to figure out what I was doing in that building. At first, I didn't want to be a regular store. I just wanted to continue doing what I was doing in the old warehouse, but I was paying for way, way more space. I went from 6,000 square foot is what my warehouse was at the end, to 18,000 square foot, so 3 times the amount of space. That's a pretty big jump. Not just doubling. Doubling would have been a huge jump, but we went to 3 times the amount of space. So our overhead went through the roof. The power bill was way higher, water bill was way higher, insurance was higher, obviously the rent was higher, everything was much, much higher. But I had a ton of space to use. I just had to figure out how to maximize that space. And like I said, it took me a full 2 years probably to really figure out what I was doing. And even after that, until now, I'm always tweaking, always changing, trying to modify and make it run better and smoother, and and generate more money, because that's the ultimate goal. If I'm going to pay to rent space, I want it to generate as much money as possible. But as far as now, the store that we have, it's not just a traditional store, just thrift store where it's all my stuff. We actually have booths where people rent a block of space, and then they pay us the rent, and then we get a small percentage of the sales to cover us running the register, paying the light bill, and all that kind of stuff. Still is quite a bit of the space is mine. As far as the store space goes, probably, I don't know, 40% of it is my stuff in there, and then about 60% is booths. So still, my portion is way bigger than any other, any of our vendors, but overall there's actually more vendor space now than there's mine. That's just I'm kind of guessing they're about 60-40. And then in the back half of the building, we run an auction. About, I don't know, 1/4 of the building is auction space. So it's, like I said, it's not just a traditional store. I'm generating money from people coming in and buying stuff, regular store type stuff, because it's so much space to help me. So I don't have to go crazy filling all that space. Vendors come in and they're bringing in inventory also, and you get a good mix of inventory that way because everybody's bringing in different stuff. So I get the rent from them every month, and then I get the percentage. And then the auction in the back is the key to the store's success, actually, because the auction brings in people every single week, all the time when they're coming to view the items, they're coming to pick up and pay for the items. It gets those people in and out of the store, and literally it's in the back. They have to walk through the store to get to the auction. So they're always, sometimes people just come and go. They go straight back to the auction, get their stuff and go. Sometimes people shop around. Sometimes stuff catches their eye on the way out. But they always know, even if they don't buy something every time they come in from the store, I mean, they're still buying stuff from the auction, but they know because they're walking through there, one day comes that they need a washing machine. They know, hey, let me check over there at the auction/thrift store because I saw a washing machine last time I was in there. So it all works together. The store helps the auction because people come in just shopping and they're like, oh, you have an auction? And then they sign up for the auction, or vice versa. They start bidding in the auction, they show up to pick up for the first time, they're like, oh, it's a whole entire store also. So they work together, and the auction is all online. So that's where our main online presence is through the auction. We sell a lot of stuff through the auction, a huge amount of stuff through the auction, but then it helps the store out, and then the store helps the auction. So it's not a traditional thrift store where I'm just sitting back and waiting. If it was like that, it would be very, very tough. I know a lot of people that just with traditional thrift stores or antique stores, and it's very tough to just sit there and wait on people to come in and not have anything else going on. So you need some kind of a twist, or you just need a heavy online presence, meaning you need to have a website with a lot of your items on there. And if I was not doing the auction, I would have some way, a website with items on there and a way for people to buy the stuff right off of my website. But then we post on Facebook all the time. We post ads. I do deals of the day all the time. I have one of my workers, anything that's like over $50 that's ours, like any furniture, appliances, whatever, she posts that stuff on Facebook Marketplace. So we get people coming in from Marketplace to buy stuff. Sometimes we gain regular customers. They come in and they buy other stuff, or they start coming in regularly if there's someone that lives close enough by. And then also another little thing that we have going on there that kind of contributes overall is we rent U-Hauls, because we got the space out in the parking lot. It doesn't take up a huge amount of time, effort, and energy, but we are a U-Haul dealer and we rent the U-Hauls, and that gets more people coming in. They come in to pick up the U-Haul and they're like, oh, I didn't even know you were here. They end up buying stuff, or they come back a week or two later and they buy stuff. So you got to have a lot of different stuff going on there working together. In my opinion, besides just, if your plan is just to open up a store, you come in for the day, you sit behind the counter, and you just wait on customers to come, it's gonna be a struggle. I mean, you look at like McDonald's and Coke, huge, massive companies worldwide, billions and billions of dollars. Everybody knows. I mean, people that don't even eat at McDonald's, they know about McDonald's. People that don't even drink Coke, they know about Coke. Everybody knows. They're just huge, iconic names. But they still spend tons and tons of money to advertise and come up with different promotions, like at McDonald's. The McRib, it's a promotion. They don't have it on the menu all the time, but they know they put it on the menu, for a limited time, and people become fans of it, and it's something different, so it gets them into the restaurant. Happy Meals, giving away the toy. Oh, we got a new, whatever movie out right now, we're giving away the toys in there. It gets people in it. There's constantly promotions, or just, sometimes Coke, or especially Coke, they'll have some just very simple commercials that really don't have anything to do with Coke, but just kind of like a happy story that just kind of gives you a good vibe, and then it just shows somebody drinking a Coke during that happy moment. But it's just to keep you aware of Coke, and that they're out there, even though but they got to keep reminding you. They got to keep reminding you. So if you're a little mom and pop thrift store, you're the only one in the whole world, the only one in your whole state, city, town, or whatever, and you think that you're just gonna open the doors and sit behind the counter and wait, I mean, it just ain't gonna happen. You've gotta bust your butt advertising. You gotta come up with some creative twists, some deals, some promotions, some way or another besides the old-fashioned way of getting people in there. But even the old-fashioned way, they still advertised. But like just opening up a antique store on a main street and just sitting back, I mean, unless you're just in a really, really busy area, like a tourist area where, I mean, you just got, just crazy traffic, it's going to be tough. So if you're in the resale business and you're thinking about opening up a thrift store, just remember you can't just go and abandon all of your online that you're doing now. It really needs to kind of work together. If you're already selling online, then you need to keep selling online at least to some extent when you open up your store. For some people, opening up the store might not be the best thing. Sometimes it might just be going to the flea market periodically, having yard sales periodically to get rid of some of the stuff that doesn't sell well online. Or maybe even getting a contact, someone else in the resale business that goes to the flea market regularly or has a store. So when you get furniture and stuff or whatever it is that you don't want to sell online, then you have an outlet. You call them up, say, hey, I've got a load for you, come and get it. But you're going to have to make a deal. That's one thing that I've seen with people. They're in the resale business, but they don't want to deal with furniture. So they want to call the person that is dealing with furniture and say, hey, I have a bunch of furniture for you to buy. And so many times, because it happens to me all the time, literally almost every day, I get people trying to sell me furniture. And even other resellers. And it's like they want to sell me, they want to come up with the resale price, and that's what they want to sell it to me. It's like, we're in the same business here. You're trying to sell it to me at the price that you would sell it to for it. It's like, but I'm doing you a favor because you don't want to deal with this stuff. You can't handle the big stuff. You don't want to, whatever the case is. So you got to cut me a little bit of slack here. Why should I come and buy it for you for the same price that I'm going to sell it at? Or why, if you bought a storage unit and you want to get all the boxes out and then all the furniture, you want to sell it to me, but you want to, make these, huge profits on, I can go buy the same type of storage unit and get all the furniture and get all the boxes for the same price you paid. But you made your money off of the boxes, and now you're trying to make even more money off of the furniture, but you're not selling it yourself. You're trying to make the money by just selling it to another reseller. It's like it doesn't make sense. It's like if you're going to sell it in bulk to a reseller, you got to sell it cheap. If you sell it cheap enough, then they will come and do the favor for you. They will come and take it all for you. Then when in the future, when you call them again, they will come and do it again. But most of the time that doesn't happen for me. I get other resellers, and it's like, and sometimes it's like, I know what you paid for this unit. I was there at the auction, or I saw this auction online, and it's like, you're trying to, you sold all the stuff in the boxes, and then you still have the stuff sitting, the furniture in the unit. You haven't even moved it, and you're wanting to get more for the furniture than the whole entire unit cost. And it's like, I'll just go and buy a similar unit and get all the boxes and the furniture for that cheaper price that I know you get it for. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. So if that's going to be your route, you gotta help them out a little bit, and they'll help you out a little bit as far as getting rid of that stuff for you. But that's one way if you're in the resale business and you have a lot of stuff that you just can't move online, is getting someone else to sell it for you. But if you're up for it and you want to take your stress level up a little bit, you want to take your overhead up a lot, then a store might be for you. But just remember, you got to have a plan, and you're gonna have to have some kind of twist, something different than just sitting back and waiting behind the counter. And you're definitely going to have, in this stage, you've got to figure out every which way you can to use the internet to your advantage and as a tool. I mean, even if it's just advertising, but there's so many different things that you can do, and you've got to use it. I mean, there's no way around it. You're not going to be able to compete if you're not using the internet. And it's free. The internet is free. I mean, just to use it. I mean, obviously there's stuff that you pay for, different programs and stuff, but the basic internet is free, and there's so many free things you can do that will generate customers and make you money. So it'd really be, if you're not doing that, then I mean, at this point in time, it's really crazy. You're really putting yourself at a disadvantage, and you're just, you're not using a free tool for everybody to use. You're ignoring it, and that's crazy. Back in the day, if people had could take out a free ad in the newspaper a long time ago, and they were just sitting there ignoring it. It's like, hey, post anything you want in the newspaper. Post an ad for your store here in the newspaper. We'll give you a front page ad. We'll give you an ad here. We'll give you a big one. We'll give you a small one. Put pictures. We'll let you cover up a whole page here in the newspaper with pictures of your products. And I mean, anybody that would have had that opportunity, a long time ago would have jumped on that and been like, yeah, there's no way I'm passing this up. But there's a lot of people now that they do that with the internet. The internet's free. You can put pictures out there in a lot of free ways. You can sell stuff, and it's out there for anybody in the world potentially to see. And so many people ignore that. So this sounds like, well, of course, this is common sense. Why would I not use the internet? But it's like you've got to, well, so many people, when they go and open a store, they kind of think that's going to be their route to sell stuff, and they can kind of back off from the internet, and because that's why I'm opening this store, so I don't have to sell everything on the internet. But that's just not the way it is. They have to work hand in hand. So that's it. If you want to open up a store, it's not for everybody. It's not the end all be all of success in the resale business. Just like anything, there's more stress, there's more overhead. There's a lot of ways you can make it work, a lot of ways where it can be very successful, and a lot of ways it can help you out and get top dollar for some of your bigger items like furniture. But you just gotta kind of look and weigh your options and see if there might be a better way, at least for the time being, with less overhead for you to move some of that stuff. So there's not 100% correct answer for everybody. Everybody's situation is different. Hopefully that might help somebody out that was thinking about opening up a store that kind of either needed that push to do it or weren't sure and maybe need to hold off for now, or maybe it's like that's really not even the direction I should go in. So hopefully that helps somebody out. If you like this video, give me the thumbs up. That really helps me a lot when you hit that like button. Leave a comment, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're always putting out resale videos, storage auction videos, and y'all have a good one.